hearing it for the first time. Others, you have heard it before. The Spirit of the Lord said the year 2022 will be a catch 22. Somebody hashtag catch 22. It said, for many of my people. Hear what God is saying. Thank you. Some will be martyred. Oh, Jesus. This one, I cried, and it's coming to the West. I'm not talking China. They have already been martyred. I'm not talking in the East. Then I saw immediately in a vision, people were taken away in vans against their will, with their hands bound behind them. Picture the saints of God. So when the Lord said catch 22 for year 2022 and the martyrdom, then I saw people being taken away against their will, their hands bound behind them. Listen to the word bound. I want you to catch some of these phrases. It's a reason. I heard the word bound behind them. However, this is it. It continued, and the Lord continued to speak. He said, however, there will be a great revival. Many will be running in the street. I literally saw many running in the street, and it was the youths running in the street, and they started to preach because people were now desperate. I jumped from praying and I asked the Lord to show me a confirmation. I said, Lord, what is this? Show me a confirmation if this was you, Lord. The word was so strong as the word that he gave me for the year 2020 in the year 2018 when he gave me this word. It was as sharp as that. So I know this was a God word. And I said, mighty God. Then I said, Lord, I need a confirmation. Then he said, go to Acts 20, verse 22. I ran to read the passage. I'm going to read from the King James, and then my producer will be putting the Message version on the screen. But let me read from the King James first, because this is what I read. And now, behold, I go bound. Remember, I saw people with their hands bound behind them. Paul said, I go bound this was Paul writing. I go bound in the spirit in Jerusalem, not knowing the things that shall befall me there. This is like you're taken against your will. You go bound. Come on. And then verse 23 said, except the Holy Spirit witness that in every city bound. See the word bound there again, and affliction abide me there. But let me see let me read what the Message version, what it says, so that you can get a sense of exactly what's going to be happening. That when we hear the word bound and people taken away against their will. Just give me a second. Let me go to Acts 20 so I could read for you to get a clarification and a better understanding of what the Lord is saying to us for the year 2020. Are you there with me, saints of God? This is not an easy word to carry, but when you spend time in the presence of the Lord is going to speak to you. And let me say this, the Lord is looking for us to speak to us. He's looking for us to be so tuned to him that he's going to pull some of us. Some of us are going to realize that we're going to go into isolation. So you see what they're doing now? Having people shut in. It's a good place to be, shut in with God.